Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run. Although most running surfaces come with a balance of pluses and minuses, there's really only one that has way more advantages than disadvantages. If you go to the stadium at your local high school or college, you'll most oftentimes find a jogging track circling the football field. Those rubberized jogging tracks make the ideal running surface. They're relatively smooth and flat with just enough cushion. Every time you land, you mitigate the forces of gravity. These types of running tracks are soft enough that you can run in rock-hard track cleats without risking the pounding that might produce a metatarsal stress fracture. And that's because the tracks are actually made with a rubberized surface. There are really only a couple of disadvantages with cushioned jogging tracks. One, it isn't really a disadvantage, but only a problem in terms of perception. Some brand new, freshly surfaced jogging tracks will feel super soft. If you're doing a tempo run or mile repeats, you may have a hard time staying on pace. I myself have run on tracks that are so soft it feels like I'm having to put out extra effort just to maintain my usual pace. And this isn't something that you imagine. The fact is, the deformation of the rubber track caving underneath you when you push off is absorbing energy. That energy would normally be used to propel you forward. So that's why some runners feel like they're running slightly slower on brand new cushy running tracks. The second disadvantage of jogging tracks is they can be kind of boring. And when I'm ramping up in my training, I do mile repeats on a track once a week. And depending upon where I am in my progression, I'll usually be doing maybe 10 or 12 miles on the track. And that probably doesn't seem like a long distance to you, but think about this. If you're doing 10 miles, that's 40 laps, 40 mind-numbing, soul-sucking, tedious laps. And so you're probably thinking, well, then why don't you just do your mile repeats on a road or some other surface that isn't so boring? Well, the answer to that is simple. I know I can run hard with a low risk of injury on a track. I know I can run the exact distance I need and easily visualize it. From a mental fortitude standpoint, it really does help to be able to think, all I have to do is make it around that next corner or to that next line. That's one of the reasons that I really like those rubberized jogging tracks. Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.